What is going on, fitness coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money Online Trader podcast. It's your boy, B Mark, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the conversation of I spent $10,000 on a mentor and I made absolutely nothing back. Now, this is the number one podcast for online coaches. You guys know what's up, all right? So if you're getting value from the podcast, make sure you let me know. Give me a rating on the podcast and throw your boy some love. Now, I'm aware that I've had this conversation literally last week with you guys on the podcast about how getting burned by a mentor sucks. But the amount of people that I'm having phone calls with that have literally had the same story is absolutely fucking asinine. And the same story goes like this. I paid $10,000 for a business mentor that was supposed to help me get results, and they didn't help me get results. And now I'm stuck without, I'm in the hole, want to give up on my coaching business, and I'm like not in a place where I'm willing to I don't want to continue moving forward. Dude, I've literally had 5 of those conversations this week with people that have said to me, I've spent $10,000 on a business mentor and I've made absolutely nothing back. And the hard part about this is most of the people that are coming to me saying this are shaming themselves. They're like, it must have been me. The coach told me that I wasn't doing things right, or that I didn't make this post on social media and that's why I wasn't making my money, or I didn't show up to literally every single coaching call and that's why I'm not making money. And I followed the blueprint, but I don't have the look to be an online coach, and that's why I'm not making money. Yo, in today's podcast, I'm going to do some shit, okay? So number one, if you've been burned by a bad business mentor, I want you to reach out to me and say, bad mentor burned me, and I'm going to fucking have a conversation with you, and I'm going to work with you to work something out. I don't care what it is. If you've been burned by a bad business mentor and you've had a negative experience and they've left you with a sour taste in your mouth, I want you to DM me because I want to fucking help you, okay? I want to help you transform your business. I want to help you transform your life. And I believe that there's a lot of people on the market that should be helping other people get fit, but they aren't helping other people get fit because they got sold some bullshit by somebody that promised them the world and delivered them a donkey. I'm also going to debunk some common myths in this podcast for you guys so that you understand what it actually takes to build a successful online fitness business. Common myth number one is that you need to send 100 DMs a day to grow your online coaching business. That is just not the case, okay? That's not the case. Especially when you're first getting started as an online fitness coach, to make your first $3, $5, even $10,000 per month, you don't need to send 100 cold DMs to strangers on the internet you've never had a conversation with. I had a guy on the phone the other day who was like, yeah, my business coach told me that I need to be going to 50 hashtags every day, be going into Facebook groups, adding at least 50 people, and making sure that I start at least 50 conversations with cold strangers. And I'm like, I don't know who your business coach is, but he's a fucking idiot, okay? So you don't need to do that. So first common myth that I'm hearing a lot on the phone is that I need to be sending 100 cold DMs a day to complete strangers on social media. That's just not the case. When you create content that actually has viral packaging that does well on social media, you'll get people reaching out to you. Common myth number 2 that I'm hearing on these phone calls. And again, I know I've had this conversation with you guys, but I'm going to keep having it until you guys understand that you need to do your fucking homework when it comes to a mentor. Common myth number 2 is that you need paid ads to grow a business. Pretty much every single business coaching client that I have, and I've got 14 of them that have made over $100,000 a month, have made over 100K without running paid ads. Now, do I run paid ads? I absolutely fucking do. I absolutely run paid ads. I also have 1,548 clients. Okay. So for me to get to my first 1,000 clients, I didn't run paid ads. I was growing organically. And I got to a place where I was doing 5 podcast episodes a week. We were getting 100,000 downloads on the podcast. My Instagram was growing, but I wanted to grow more. And so I took some of the organic money that I had from building an organic business and I invested in paid ads. Do you need to use paid ads to get your business started? Fuck no, you don't. Because let's just pretend you have 1,000 followers on social media, right? 1,000 people following you on social media. Let's say you get 100 to 300 views on all your video content. 100 to 300 views on your video content is 100 to 300 potential clients, right? And so if you have a message that imagine speaking in front of a room of 100 to 300 people, right? That's a big fucking room. Even if you suck and you're not very good, when you're delivering the right message, you're going to convert 1 to 5% of those people, even at the worst possible level. So even if your videos are only getting 1 to 300 views, when you're saying the right things and you're communicating the right message on social media that's reaching the right avatar, those 1 to 300 view videos are reaching 1 to 300 people, and you're going to convert 1 to 5% of them. Okay. So again, with the paid ad strategy, guys, no, organic is free. There's no other business on the planet that you can post one piece of content that might take you 10 to 15 to 20 minutes. And that one piece of content can generate you 300 people. Like, do you know how hard it would be to build a business 10 years ago? You'd have to walk up to 100 people on the street and say like, hey, my name's Brian. I'm a business coach for online trainers. Hey, my name's Brian. I'm a business coach for online trainers. Right now, I'm live having a conversation with 30 of you guys. There's going to be 5 to 10,000 people that download this podcast episode. And then I'm going to go make a post on Instagram that's going to get 10,000 views. Like that's free. Free, free. So you don't need to run paid ads to grow a coaching business. You just need to deliver the right message to your audience. All right. Last thing I think that this is really important is the business coaches that tell clients, like, you need to build a funnel. You need to build a funnel in order to get to success. If you're not building a funnel, if you're not, you don't have a funnel, if you don't have a lead magnet that you're capturing an email address, you're just not going to get success. Guys, again, I'm telling you, I built the Change Lives Academy to over 1,000 active clients without funnel and ads, even a website. All of the entire course of the Change Lives Academy up till 1,000 clients was in Teachable. Teachable is $99 a month. The entire course that I was hosting 1,000 clients lived in Teachable, which was $99 a month. Now, obviously, once we got to 1,000 clients, I was like, maybe we should invest in a fucking website. So then we got a website. But like, once I was at 1,000 clients, once we had generated millions of dollars in revenue organically, then I reinvested some of that capital to make sure that my clients had an amazing experience and they weren't logging into a Teachable portal. But the business coaches that are telling you that you need to build a funnel in order to be successful literally have no idea what they're talking about. And you'll be able to know that because if you go to their social media pages, their personal pages or their business pages, go look at the views on some of their reels and they'll be quickly exposed. Okay. Don't look at their follower count. Go look at their reels. Go look at the views on their reels. They'll be quickly exposed and you'll know that they have no fucking idea what they're talking about. So what do you do? Okay. You've been burned by a mentor. You don't know what to do. You think it's your fault. You're not growing on social media. You're not getting clients. What do? I'm going to tell you what I believe is the best way to grow your business to $10,000 a month. You guys can take it or leave it. This is my opinion. We've helped 300 plus coaches hit 10K a month. So I'm going to give it to you nice and simple. First things first is I think you need to decide who you want to help. Okay. So there was a guy that I talked to the other day who he was the functional fit dad before he reached out to me. And that was his tagline, the functional fit dad. And then he reached out to me. He's like, yo, B, I got to tell you, man, like I've worked with previous mentor in the past and I didn't have the best experience. They told me that every time I post, I just look sad. And that's why I'm not signing clients. And I was like, that's bullshit. I'm like, so you're jacked, you're over 40. So why don't we change your tagline to the fit over 40 men? And then let's just have that be your thing. That's going to be the person that you're targeting. That's going to be the demographic that you go after. We changed his person of who he helped. We made a post on Facebook and on Instagram. And within 24 hours of us honing in on the type of person that he wanted to work with, he had a client reach out to him and then he paid him in full 24 hours after we had that conversation. He hadn't even paid me yet. I was like, I just want to help you for free because the advice that you were giving was bullshit. He paid the other guy for 6 months and didn't get anywhere. We had one conversation. I told him one thing that shifted everything. So thing number one is you need to decide who you want to help. Okay. It's who you want to help. This is really important. Once you decide who you want to help, you can rebrand your profile, rebrand yourself to target that type of person. Thing number two is when you're posting content, you need to make sure that you're speaking from a place that's actually you. I talked to a guy recently who was advised to do content that was out of alignment with how he operates as a person. And as a result, he felt inauthentic in all of his content. Because he felt inauthentic in all of his content, he felt like he had to wear a mask. It was hard for him to create content. So when I'm working with the trainers, I encourage you to not only create content aimed at a specific person, which is why if you come to my social media profile, you'll see a lot of fucking fire content specifically for online fitness coaches. I'm just saying it's the best. But then also, so that's the value stuff. Then the me stuff is like, you guys will find content where I'm posting about my trip in Bali. You'll find content where I'm posting about my beliefs, my core values, my story, where I came from, because that's me. That's authentic. That's real. That's like who I am as a person. And because you can see who I am as a person, you're more likely to trust me, right? You're more likely to believe what I have to say because I'm sharing who the fuck I am, right? So we've got content aimed at a person. We've got who you are as a person. And then we've got actual demonstrated proof that you're working with clients that are getting amazing results. And so that's like the look at this before and after, look at my amazing transformation. Look where I started when I was 15 years old and I looked like skinnier than, a fucking piece of paper, or I looked like a bag of milk, and look at me and how jacked and beautiful I am now. Like showing those before and afters of your own story, the own transformation of like how you got from where you used to be to where you are now, showing amazing transformations of your current clients, and then doing calls to action and getting people to reach out to you by putting a keyword in your bio, like DM me fat loss for info, having an apply now button in your bio, like apply for coaching, and also putting things in your story where you're like trying to get people that are watching. So let's say you get 100 to 200 views in all your stories. And I'm talking to the beginner coaches here, right? Like, guys, if you have 1,000 to 3,000 to 5,000 views in your stories and you're not making money, you're fucking baked, like legit. Like, so if you put this stuff, this stuff is working for coaches that have 100 to 200 views. So if you're getting like 500 to 1,000 views in your Instagram story, dude, we're talking like a $10,000 a month business. But when you're putting stuff on your stories, you want to be demonstrating that you're living the lifestyle that you're trying to sell. So if you're fit and healthy, you want to be living that lifestyle. You want to be demonstrating that you're working with clients that are getting amazing results. And if you're demonstrating that you're living that life and you've got clients that are getting killer results, then you're putting stuff in your stories that get people to engage. Example, let's say you're posting about your nutrition all day. Then you could put a poll at the end of your day about nutrition. You could be like, what's the biggest thing you struggle with nutrition? Is it sticking to your diet, knowing your macros, or knowing where to start? And then people that vote on that poll, you can have a conversation with them like, yo, what's going on, Sarah? I saw that you struggle with consistency with your nutrition. How long has that been an issue for? And all of a sudden now you're in a DM conversation that leads to a phone consultation where you can get them on a call. So like that kind of stuff is really fucking easy, right? That's easy. That doesn't require funnel. That doesn't require ads. That doesn't require you to send cold DMs to complete strangers. Now, within these arenas of content creation, there's definitely room for skill development, but like, of course, you're not going to be great at content when you first start, but unless you actually view content as a skill that you need to master, like I had a guy who just joined the program who he's been working with a business coach for the last 6 months and he's got decent results, but all of his videos on his Instagram have like 500 views. And I'm like, dude, how much time have you guys spent talking about your content? He's like, oh, we don't talk about content in the program. I'm like, what do you fucking mean you don't talk about content? That's like the number one thing you need to grow a business. Is like, if your content isn't good, you ain't going to grow. And so viewing content not as like my algorithm's broken or like nobody fucking wants to watch my videos, but viewing it as a skill that you can develop and knowing that if like you're getting 300 to 500 views on your videos, goal number one is to get those videos over 1,000 views. And if you don't know how to do that, then like goal number one should be finding somebody that knows how to do that, that can teach you so that you can get more views in your content, so you can get more eyeballs, then you can start more conversations. Like this stuff is not hard, you guys. It really isn't. And I understand that there's a lot of people in the industry right now that are, I feel like there's like this like wave of like, I'm a fucking business coach for personal trainers now. Like I've even had clients that have come through my coaching program. They do like level 1, they hit 10K for 1 month. And now I like go on fucking Instagram. They're like, I'm a business coach for personal trainers that helps people get 10K a month. I'm like, bro, you're just regurgitating the same fucking shit that I taught you. And like when you regurgitate information, it's going to be like half as good as the source that you got it from. So like, I understand that there's a lot of garbage on the internet. So if you're listening to this right now and you've been burned, send me a message, say been burned, and let me know what your experience has been like. Let me see if I can help you out. Like I'll work out something with you because like at the end of the day, I care more about impacting trainers' lives than I do about income, which is why if you guys go to my podcast, I've got 1,000 episodes that I've done for free that I haven't gotten paid for. That's just because I want to help. And that's why I'm doing this live stream, because I want to help. I want to make it as simple as possible so that you as a fitness coach can just literally follow my content, consume my stuff. Like I had a guy DM me the other day. He's like, yo, I've been following you for a year. He's like, I've never reached out. I never engaged. He's like, but I wanted to send you this video. My business just hit $70,000 per month because of what I learned from you. He's like, thank you. I was like, that's the fucking best thing I've ever heard in my life. But like, that's the type of, like, that's what you guys should be looking for. Like, look for somebody that you actually get value from first, because if you don't get value from their free content, and my definition of value is like, this content is so good, it helped me sign clients, then their paid program isn't going to do you any good. But if you're listening to this and maybe you've lost faith in mentorship because you've been burned, I want you to understand that you're not the only one. You know, you're not the only one. A guy I recently talked to, he was like, dude, I literally thought that like it was me. Like I was the problem because, you know, I felt like I was the problem. If you've been burned, you're not the only one. There's other people that have been through negative experiences just like you. You've had a negative experience and you want to get some coaching and some guidance, send me a message on Instagram. Let's have a conversation. So that's it. That's all. A word of caution to do your fucking homework, you guys. It's really important to do your homework and make sure that you know who you're hiring. I hope you all have the best day of your entire life. If you're interested in learning more about how I can help you directly, send me a DM on Instagram, say Ben Burn, and tell me your experience. Let's have a talk about what we can do for you. Peace, love, protein. If you're not subscribed to the podcast, make sure you do that. It's the Change Lives, Make Money Online Trainer podcast. We've got 1,000 podcast episodes, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Let's go. Peace. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.